Okay, so I just posted another video and I kept thinking on it, and then I came to another little realization. So I made I had a little breakdown of ancestors and energies and how I feel that works. Well, how it works, because that definitely makes sense. So yeah, I did that. So I was just thinking about that. And then I feel like every time I achieve a level of consciousness, I um I I like kind of go back, as I should though, and rethink other stuff, because it's like how I buy my life by now is like whatever I don't like is just something I'm denying. So then I think of it as, why didn't I like this? What about this has truth in it that made me feel like I shouldn't look into it? Because we taught that we're supposed to be scared of what we don't understand, which is a part of the fucking cycle. That's stupid. You're going to forever be scared of it if you don't understand it. Like, you got to make that make sense, literally. But anyways, yeah, and that's how I pretty much abide my life by at this point. Whatever I rubbed me the wrong way, it's like, okay, I'm gonna keep that in the back of my head, so that in the future, when I'm on another level of consciousness, when I'm thinking more, I'm gonna be able to come back to that and be able to break it down the way I needed to, so I can actually understand it and figure out what was it that I was denying or wasn't understanding about it at that moment. So yeah, I broke down the energies and ancestors, and then I ran across this video, and this girl was talking about, she pretty much confirmed the as above so below, at least for me, and at least with my little knowledge I was using, the thinking process I was going through and all that. And it's weird. I see the contradiction in what I'm saying, which is what's really frustrating, and which is why at times I try to correct it. But I understand now, me trying to correct it makes me contradict it, which keeps me in that cycle. It's like literally everything is a cycle. Everything is just one small loop that goes into one bigger loop. And the loop is just levels of thinking. That's literally it. Being aware. That's all it takes, is acknowledging. And a lot of us were taught not to acknowledge shit. It's like, it's crazy when you just really think back to your childhood and you just actually think about stuff and how a lot of stuff affected you and why it affected you and how it has a toll on you now and stuff like that. Because I did that, and I was able to really break a lot of shit down. Like, I cannot stress this enough. You got to start with you. Start with your childhood. Start there and actually look at it, break it down, and accept what you need to accept. See, like, and every time, and this is the thing but every time I come to a new realization, a new level of thinking, a new level of consciousness, whatever, however the fuck you want to put it, whenever I get to another one of those, it's just like, I see how it works. Like, I feel like that's how you master it, in a sense. That's how you keep going with it. By literally just being true to you. Literally. But yeah, Shorty pretty much confirmed my thing with the as above, so below, because she was like, the ancestors. And that makes sense. I do see now what people mean when they be like, I'm not even gonna fake. Like, I thought them woke folks, I was like, yeah, y'all mad corny. Like, y'all mad corny. This is stupid. You're dragging it out. And then now that I'm there, in a sense, it's just like, damn, I see what y'all saying. But it's just y'all saying it. Y'all trying to do it the wrong way, in a sense. Y'all too busy throwing it in people's face too much, which is exactly what I'm doing but not doing. I was just doing it like yesterday, though. Oops. You start to lose the concept of time. When you really start breaking down concepts, it's like a lot of shit. Time goes by hella fast now for me. I'm not even gonna fake. Like, that shit just be flying. Like yesterday, it's like just now, I forgot until just now that yesterday was Christmas. Like, shit just be flying. but it goes by fast, but slowly. You know, it's kind of, yeah, as above, so below. Anyway, so yeah, so what she was saying was pretty much what's going on down here is going on up there, and how, you know, I guess with the spirit guides over there, her spirit told her, you know, it's like this. Okay, she pretty much said, her spirit said, what's going on up there is coming on down here. You know, it's that resentment, jealousy. And that makes so much sense because, like I keep saying, as above, so below. And then the thing I said about how energies work and ancestors, and then how also I said how white guilt works and all that. Like, I'm really breaking all this shit down, and it's literally in the matters of days, all simply because I'm taking what applies. Like, bro. And I'm really trying to put people on. And a lot of people see it. They just don't see how they see it. But you're going to be able to fro see it when you are alone. Like, me thinking like this and all this, I wasn't even, like, if you actually knew me and saw me what I was on before, you, like, me acting like this is definitely not shocking because I always talked about shit like this. I always broke stuff down. I was just more into government conspiracies. That was like my kind of stepping stool in a sense, my training wheels, at least in me breaking down the levels of thinking, because like I'm gonna explain this for y'all. Me being younger, because like I said, everything is a cycle, how everything loops when you break it down. So yeah, me being younger, I had my emotional trauma, blah blah blah. We all go through our fucking emotional trauma. We're supposed to, literally, in a sense. That is what forms us. When we go through that trauma, in a sense, creates that blindness over us. It blinds us to things. And the goal is to pretty much beat the trauma. That's the process. That's why you see a lot of these white people, they cool, right? Like, a lot of people probably think I'm acting white in a sense right now. Well, they would have if I was still in that mindset like I was before. But it's like, yeah, and the reason why that comes across, all that is healing. When you act white and you actually go against the grain that people are forcing onto you, you see why people are doing that. And when I say that, I mean when I got more spiritual, and the same shit that I already wanted to, like, that's all being spiritual was. That's just being willingly able to accept different stuff. It's just you want to accept it from different people. You know what I mean? Because, like, when you're spiritual, we meditate. And meditating, like, this is where it gets kind of messed up. Like, how I kind of meditate is, I think. Me thinking is meditating. Like, me sitting down and like letting my brain actually roam free, and I working with my brain instead of against it. That's how I meditate. But a lot of people, they kind of do it the wrong way. They see how white people do it and they like, oh, you know, this is how I'm supposed to meditate. I'm supposed to be in stillness. And you got to understand, our stillness and their stillness is not the same. Our spirits are the same but different. Our spirits are the same because how they're able to communicate, but they're different because of the reason of them communicating, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Same journey, different paths. And if you talked to me before, I've said that a lot, and I probably clicked a lot for you. But like, man, I don't know how much clearer I can make this. A lot of people, I know it's a lot of people that's like tuning in to me that I probably wouldn't have thought would have tuned in to me. And y'all hear exactly what the fuck I'm saying. Y'all just being too scared to be like, oh, I agree. It's right. I see the points. And that makes you weak-minded. That makes you a part of the problem. You're not thinking for yourself, in a sense. No, not in a sense. You're just not thinking. You're too caught up in thinking like the enemy. There we go. Y'all still stuck in the enemy's mindset. Y'all are too busy trying to manipulate instead of appreciating and accepting. You're doing shit that's not meant for you to do. And you got to think, why do you always feel like, that's probably why you always feel like you're getting played, or you always feel like people are against you. you are only receiving what you're putting out. That's literally it. When you feel that, if you're still out here dwelling on negativity, then you're not in the right mindset. You're still thinking how others are thinking. This is all the more I'm speaking on this out loud, the more I'm breaking down my levels. And me trying to help y'all break down y'all levels is helping me break down my levels, just saying. But yeah, that was just a little another thought.